heard how much you talked about effort throughout the week, how gratifying was it to see some of these rebounding numbers and all the things that went into this victory today?
Yeah. Sometimes we get effort's a big part of it, but mindset, energy, you try hard when you're flat. It's still effort, but it's just, it's no good. But our mindset was good today. So that was good to see. We caught them on a day where they didn't play near as well, but today that was a pretty turned up team that was playing in the blue today.
Coach, you spoke at length about energy and that dog mentality. Do you feel like your guys brought that today, and do you think this win will translate well moving forward?
You know what? I hope so. I actually think we played for 40 minutes when the game even kind of got away. I thought we still competed hard and tried hard defensively, so that's a good sign. And everybody we put in the game, I thought, competed hard and was played athletic. But we're not the most athletic team, but when we're turned up, we are pretty athletic, and we played that way. And Hunt got us off to a great start. KJ and Juan, Shaq was terrific, and then Zeke didn't make shots, Diggy didn't make shots, but the tall freshman came in there and pretty much dominated in the minutes he was in there.
Coach, you guys held UCF to a season low 48, and it's a low for the school in recent years. What did you guys see defensively that allowed you to capitalize on them so well?
I don't think that it was all us. I think a lot of it they helped us a little bit in that they missed some shots that normally they make and also or make a higher percentage, and also the way we guarded them, we kind of risked leaving a couple of guys with good looks, and they didn't make them. So we got lucky. But I don't think we did anything that was whatsoever that was related to UCF. I think it was what we tried to do was just play the way that we play, and it happened to fall right for us.
Coach, Shaquille Moore finished as a plus 35, and obviously his first start of the season. Was there anything you saw from him that really impressed you, especially being the defender that he is, jumping in, making his first start of the year, and then?
Well, I thought that you start. I've been struggling on who to start, and Shaq hasn't had a chance to play at all. Large part because of injury. He had surgery, but the biggest thing is, from a physical standpoint, he mirrors Johnson. So from a strength and from a fast speed standpoint, so I thought he was the best guy to guard him, which then allows Juan to guard Jordan Ivey, which is a better matchup for him. So I thought that was, we kind of got fortunate on that. But I guys that play hard and create havoc, and you're not always going to make shots, but the other team can't score, you're not going to lose. And I think Shaq gives us the best chance to have that mentality.
Coach, last week the offensive performance against West Virginia you called horrid. Today you scored 99 points and got 37 second chance points. What clicked today for your team?
Well, we just played with energy. Missed shots were like assists today, where in the past there was no we didn't compete for the rebounds. Basically, just give them to the other team. So, I thought we rebounded great. If you look at it, they scored 9 points in the first half by us getting the rebound and going after the ball with one hand. We actually defended them better than the numbers, I thought, the first half. And then the second half, they didn't make shots, but we were pretty solid then.
Coach, you come back here after last season and pick up the win from an on-court standpoint. What would you say is the difference between the Kansas you saw last year at this arena versus the Jayhawks team that played in the arena tonight?
Last year here we had a 16-point lead in the first half. Got off to a terrible start, then we played really well, and then I thought we played with pretty low IQ to end the half, and 16 becomes 7 or whatever it was, and then you give UCF hope, and you give them the thought that they can beat us, and then the crowd gets into it, and we play hesitant, and so who knows what would have been the situation if it was a close game today. But I think that we were a better team today than we were last year, but in this particular moment. But it's just one game, and hopefully we can bottle it and everything. But hey, we're both 1-1. That's all that really matters.
What have you liked about Flory and Hunter playing together on the floor at the same time, and how do you plan on implementing that continuing through Big 12 play?
Well, we got to do it. But the biggest thing today, even with Hunt, we had rim protection. We haven't had rim protection like that all year long. I mean, we made up for some bad defensive plays by guys contesting and blocking. So I'd say the biggest thing I like about them right now is that defensively they can play together. Flory's good enough and quick enough; he can play out on the perimeter some, so they can play together. We got to figure some stuff out offensively, but it shouldn't be that different because KJ's limited in many ways the way people guard him offensively, and they're going to guard Flory the same way. So we should be able to figure something out.
Hey, Coach, in the back. Hunter had 21 points in the first half. UCF had 25. What was making him so effective?
I think he played to his size. I think we did a better job of looking for him. Even the first possession of the game, it kind of just set the tone, because we were going to go to him, I think his mindset and his attitude was a little different today than what it has been as well.
Flory with the block and the dunk on the other end, how good a play was that in your eyes?
Yeah, I watch it again. That's probably as athletic a play as anybody's made for us, so far this year. So to block it, to run it down, and then kind of do an inside-out deal and punch it, that was pretty good. And of course, he's so athletic and quick off his feet. But that was probably as good an athletic play as anybody's made, without question.
What's the team plan with the blizzard back in Lawrence?
They tell us we can get back, leave tomorrow at 11. So we'll stay here tonight and then get back. We go from 65 today and sunny, and the breeze 3 miles per hour out of the southeast or whatever it is to go back to a balmy -10 below zero wind chill. So I wouldn't mind staying here a couple more days, but unfortunately we got a game on Wednesday.
Coach, with the difference in 62-10 in the paint, what's the biggest thing that you noticed down low from your team?
You know what? It was Hunt and offensive rebounding. I think the combination, but we got the ball in the paint off the bounce a lot, and when you're able to do that, it forces rotation. So therefore, rebounding's always better. People can say our rebounding stinks, which it does. But if you don't ever force help, and you're easy to block out, when you force help, it forces rotations, and they were in a lot of rotations because we got our shoulders past guys on the perimeter, and that opened up lanes to rebound. So it was just a combination of a lot of things.
Coach, to mention that you mentioned opening up lanes on the rebound, you guys out rebounded them by 30 still. What did you see that was adding to that to get such a big number?
I think it was just a mindset. We've challenged our guys. We've had some pretty good do better talks in the last 3 or 4 days, and I think they're probably tired of listening to them, to be honest with you.
Last one. Coach, you talked about the loss last year and how you noticed that UCF team was very athletic. You forced them into a lot of ISO situations today. Do you feel like, and forced them to use the athleticism, do you feel like you did a good job suppressing that?
I think we did a good job guarding their actions to force them to be one-on-one, and then our individual defenders did a pretty good job in those situations. Yeah, I do. Good question.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
All right,
Appreciate
guys.
it. Thank you, Coach.